Welcome back, folks, to the Director's Garage. I'm spying exclusives for you. Okay, I am your host and resident idiot, Michael. And today, guys, we do have a jam-packed episode for you. I'm calling this an early stocking stuffer episode, but only if the stocking would fit Andre the Giant. It's filled to the max, guys. We're talking IEMs today, and I'm going to be featuring this one later in the show. This was sent to us from the kind folks at Simgot, a gorgeous Chi-Fi offering. We're going to open it up and check it out. But first, you know I can't talk about IEMs without talking about this company right here, Noble Audio. And folks, I have the biggest exclusive this show has ever had. Let's do a major headline. Headlines, get your headlines. Yeah, this is so cool. Now, I'm going to ask y'all to subscribe right now. Get in while we're hot. This will only cost you a finger click, and I swear, if you're not convinced about subscribing to the channel after what I'm about to reveal, I'll give you your money back. If there were only any money involved in subscribing. But it's your subs that help this show out tremendously, and it allows me to get more of what we're about to do. So about a year ago, I did this episode where I talked about a new technology that's coming to the IEM market. It's called XMEMS technology, and it features a solid-state driver. This is a totally new and revolutionary design. It's a silicone diaphragm, supposedly capable of producing fast and precise sound, whatever that means. But they claim it's the fastest transient response of any driver. Now, the thing with XMEMS drivers is these things take a lot of power to drive them. Like your entry-level amp would be like the new iFi Diablo 2, which was designed with the idea of driving these new XMEM IEMs. Now, the Diablo, this is a portable amp that can drive just about any over-ear headphone short of like the Susvara. So you'd need one of these to push one of these new XMEMS IEMs. Until now. Enter Noble Audio. My favorite manufacturer of IEMs has cracked the code on the new XMEMS technology. The new IEM is going to be called the XM1. I have a pre-production photo for you guys. This is a prototype. The shell is 3D printed, and you know Noble is going to do something spectacular with the shell design once it's done. They don't do anything ordinary at Noble. But the interesting thing about this IEM, check out the connector. No, that's not a Pentacon or a 3.5 millimeter. It's a USB-C connector. Yeah, Noble's new IEM is going to plug right into your phone. Can you stand it? I was chatting with Dr. John Molton. He's the founder and senior audiologist and the brains behind all of Noble's amazing creations. He's called the Wizard, and after learning how he built the XM1, oh, there couldn't be a more appropriate nickname. This is the stuff of wizardry, or maybe sorcery, you decide. But what they're doing is they're pulling current from your phone to power the XMEM driver. That USB-C jack has a circuit board in it, and so does each IEM. So there's 3 PCBs all together in this setup. Now the amp for the XMEMS driver is built into each IEM, eliminating the need for a massive power source. The connector to the shells are 4-pin instead of 2 to carry the current to power those amps. Now, John says the current state of solid state is a narrower frequency response, but John says wider frequency XMEMS tech is on the way. Yeah, in short, you can plug this new tech right into your phone. And I know what you're thinking. Groundbreaking tech, proprietary cables, connectors, PCBs, and amps, not to mention the drivers. Yeah, you're thinking this is going to cost me. But it's not. These are coming to market in 2024, and the target price is just $699. Mind blown, guys. Oh, and I happen to have a prototype right here, and we're going to get to listen to it for the very first time right here, right now in the Director's Garage. get you? Yeah, folks, what's in this package is the only pre-production model Noble has made. Nobody else has seen these. Nobody else has heard these.
Oh, baby.
Let's dig in. I'm thrilled with this. Are you ready? 'Cause I am. Let's do it. It's a cardboard box. A cardboard box. Man, this is wicked. Now, there is the Noble crown right here. I can see this. But again, guys, this is all pre-production. There's one off. This is it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, we got a Pelican case. Guys, this is awesome. I'm so excited. It's a Kelvin case. This is like one of those Russian doll things. All right, so here we go. Here they are. Whoa. Oh, these are better than I thought they'd be. This is actually metal. I thought these were going to be 3D printed. It feels like metal. I think it's metal. And then you've got, obviously, here's where the magic happens. This is the connector. This is the USB-C connector. It's got a Noble crest on it. Very nice hardware for just a prototype. Here's the joiner, another twisted metal kind of thing. Kind of like the twisted metal motif. I'm excited, are you? And Noble did want me to point out that this is not the final shell. They're going to do something else with this before it hits market, but this is going to be close to how the IEM will sound. So we're going to check it out. Now, one thing I want to tell you is they sent this to me for like 2 days. They're like, we'll send this to you to check out, but we got to get these back. We've got to show these. We are going to demo these at future shows. You're going to get to debut them, but we're going to go public with this thing. And I'll be perfectly honest, I was expecting just the photos. When they said, can we send you the prototype? I'm like, well, yeah, but they're like, no, you can only keep them for like a day or two because we got to get these back. We've got shows coming up. We've got other people who we want to show these off to. So we'll send them to you, but you got to get them back to me. So I'm rushing this episode through. I'm just so excited to get to check these out. Now, let's take a look at the connector while it's at it. Now, there's a screw on right here. This screws in and then it plugs in. And there are indeed four pins inside of this. Very cool and a neat way to do it. Now I'm wondering, yeah, there's only one way this will go back in. It's got a detent on it, but then it screws in with this precision little screw mechanism. Very, very cool. Yeah, I never dreamed in a million years I'd get a chance to hear something like this. I'm going to pull some foam tips for this. I never like to give people the gift of ear goo. I'm going to fit these in place. Boy, they fit perfect. This is good news. Now, the other thing I got to point out is I'm a Luddite. I've got an iPhone 11 here, and that's got a Lightning. So we're going to have to play around. I do have an iPad on standby. This has a USB-C connector to it. I do have an adapter from USB-C to Lightning, so I can try it on these and we'll see, give it a go. But I don't know what to expect. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to sound, if it's going to sound good, if I've got the connection. So we're kind of in total uncharted waters here. I just never dreamed that I'd get a chance like this when I started this show 3 years ago. All right, are you as excited as I am to hear these things? Let's give these things a listen. We're going to head into a director's garage sound impression, except no substitute. Sound impression. I gotta confess, I'm not sure this is gonna work with an adapter on my iPhone, so we're just gonna see if it works. Yeah, and the answer is no, they're not working with this. So we're gonna have to switch to the iPad, which does have a USB-C out on it. All right, we are in Tidal. I'm on an iPad. This is like a Pro Max, I don't know, it's 11-inch or something. And I'm now gonna check this out in Tidal. Now, I really don't know where to begin with these. I'm gonna start off, Grateful Dead, anyone? It's kind of a tradition on this show, so I'm gonna go to Box of Rain. Oh, there's huge bass. There's a huge sub on this. And great clarity. I'm hearing clarity on the strumming of the strings. I can't tell if there's bloat down low or not, but it's got a massive sub bass. Massive. it's kind of a messed-like experience for me. Like, it's visceral. The bass is visceral. It feels more like some kind of bone conduction driver. I mean, it's powerful, powerful sub. The vocals are lush. There seems to be good speed. I'm getting a lot of little details. We'll go to some other tracks that are better about placement and things, and we'll see how the stage is and how the imaging is. But initially out of the gate, there's phenomenal bass. I mean, phenomenal bass. Amazing sub presence. It's just kicking me. It's like that thump on the back of the head. It's phenomenal. It's what I like to hear in an IEM. These give me shades of the Sultan. I mean, but we're in a totally different driver. You can't even compare it. But it's shades of the Sultan as far as its sound shape. All right, I can, after just a little bit of this first track, I can understand what the hype is behind this driver. Because it's got some principles or some commonality with the planar driver of the 7 Hertz Timeless, and there's a visceral bass that you don't get out of even the Timeless AE. I mean, there's a texture down low. There's presence and it's physicality. All right, I'm gonna do more of my standard tracks, and I'm gonna look up Los Lobos Kiko because it is one of my great test tracks, and we're gonna go to Dream in Blue, and oh my God, yeah, more bass, more sub. It's just punchy. Now this track has a little bit of brightness up top. This could be a little too much in that upper mid treble range. Okay, now on this track, I mean, that sub is even more prominent because this is really a bass test track. But up high, the guitars are a little much under volume, under a lot of volume. But the clarity up top is spot on. It's got good placement. There's things coming in. I'm not getting a wide soundstage on this the way I have on other headphones. We'll go to do some other testing in a second. But this Los Lobos track is a really good audition track because it's really well recorded. It's got tremendous sub, and it's got percussion all over the place. And I'm not getting the widest stage sensation out of this. I am getting good imaging. There's a nice image coming across. It seems like it's fairly locked in here. Yeah, it's a little bit on the edge in the upper mids, lower treble region. Kind of in the space where the Odin was in the upper mids, lower treble. It's just a little bit. There's a little bit of a sharp edge up there. This is getting so much right, though. At the hand claps and this placement, and it's filling the soundstage lovely. It's not wide, though. When you're not getting a wide experience, but it's placed well. The image is great. God, and that bass is hypnotic. I'm going to go to Hugh Masekela next, because it's a track I've been using a lot lately, so it's really fresh in my mind. And the track I've been using lately, I usually use the Coltrane, but I'm going to be using Grazing in the Grass again because I've been using that so much lately. The bass. This thing's got bass for days. And it's fast. It's not overwhelming everything. This one doesn't sound as edgy as the last track. So Dream in Blue had this edge on the electric guitars and on the upper middle frequencies up into that lower treble range. It's a little bit of an edge that I normally don't hear off that album. This one's cleaner. Hope sounds a lot cleaner to me. It sounds like there's a little more musicality going on. It's beautiful. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about. If this is pre-production, I can't imagine where this tech goes. I can't imagine. Yeah, the horns they're pushing a little bright. Such an impressive experience is this. We're gonna go do some Rush now. I want more rock. I want more stuff that's driving because this bass is so good. I'm gonna go to Moving Pictures and let's just listen to a couple of holy cow. Whoa. Let's turn these down just a little bit. It's really got Neil Peart's drums on this thing. It's insane. So good. God, the bottom end is so solid on this. It's just pushing a touch bright. There's plenty of breathability in the way the image is presented on these. You can really appreciate the different parts. It's a really solid sound presentation here. Like, the technicals are very impressive on this thing. There's great dynamics. I'm even getting some depth, a little bit of sense of depth here. Not wide depth, but shallow depth. I'm getting some feeling of space on Tom Sawyer. Here come the tom rolls. It's so fun. It's such a good time. This is great. All right, let's check out Red Barchetta real quick. I like this out. I like Red Barchetta even more as a demo track because there are contrasts between loud and quiet in this. You get a good sense of dynamics off of a track like this. It's hard to believe you're getting that much quality bass out of something this small. These are small shells, guys. The other point I'll make is that placement is important with these. Placement and seal is going to be important with this IEM. Because even like moving my jaw around, I can change the timbre. When they're placed right, though. Wow. Well, if this is where we're going, I'm a fan. And I can see how these are gonna work cross genre, like pop, hip hop, EDM, the more popular stuff, the stuff that's got drive and heavy bass. This thing's gonna sing with. I guess what I would like to do is hear something that's a little lighter and see if it can handle something with a lot of nuance to it. All right, I'm gonna go to the chain off of Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and the reason I want to hear this track is I want to hear the acoustic guitar, and I want to hear what happens when they get into the section where they all start singing together, because that area of the song is something that will reveal a problem with clarity and a problem with speed. But I also want to hear, how does it do acoustic guitars in the quieter sections? And that bass drum is just got anything involving bass drum. This thing is phenomenal. The bass drums, anything low is just been hypnotic so far. Just so good. There is so much to like about this IEM. Oh my God. We're getting to that breakdown section where we're heading into the bass solo. Oh my God. Yeah, the image is just knockout. Okay, yeah. This has got plenty of speed to keep the voices separated. I would just stress again, and again, pre-production model, this may not be the final tune on these, but what I've heard so far is tremendously impressive. Fortunately, when I get off air, I get to spend a few more hours with these before I got to send them away. But I'm going to pause right there for this headphone. And what I would say is, if this is indeed the next wave in IEM technology, and this is where we're going to be heading for the next little bit here, you know, we did this with planers not too long ago, and now it looks like this XMEMS is the thing of the next wave, and this is what Noble has come up with as a solution for this XMEMS tech, and I'm really, really impressed. My only note so far, the things that I would say if you wanted to give them a knock is they're a touch bright. That's it. They're a touch bright, and they don't extend out to the widest extent. It gives you a narrower soundstage, but a good soundstage that's nice and layered, and it sounds good. And then it's got tremendous dynamics, great visceral bass punch, no bloat down there. It's just hard hitting down low. You feel everything. Just remarkable IEM. Again, if I had to tell you what these sounded like to give you a reference, I would say the Mest is pretty close. The Mest is not so harsh in that treble region, but it's got that same visceral nature that the Mest did, that captivated my imagination when I first heard it. So I think that's really kind of like where this is at. Very full. This is a prototype, and nobody outside of Noble has heard these before me. So I'm just blown away that I got a chance to do it, and I'm blown away that I got a chance to share it with you guys. This is why I ask for your subscription to this channel. It's things like this. We're now to the point where we're getting to check out stuff before it's even in production, before it's released. So your support so far is what got us here. And if we can keep growing, and we can keep with the likes and the subscribes and all the interaction and engagement, as the YouTubes say, more stuff like this will head our way. And it's stuff that we can appreciate together. I'm going to show you guys all of this stuff as I get it. So now we're going to move on to another product, and this product comes to us from Simgot, and it's called the EA1000 Fermat's Last Theorem. I don't know, it sounds like science, but we're going to open this box up right now. Now, this is another IEM. I have no idea what to expect. I haven't heard this before, but it's another case where the manufacturer got in touch with me and asked me if I would like to review these. And they said, by the way, we're going to get to keep these. And you know what that means. That means that I'm going to give these away to you in our next giveaway. I don't keep this stuff. I pass it on. That's the kind of nature of what I've been doing on this channel, and I'm not going to change it even though we're starting to gain subscribers. So I'll be real careful here with your headphones. Sorry. Was that too much? And we're going to unwrap these things, and we're going to check them out. Now, I have seen a photo of these guys, and they look really impressive, guys. Really impressive. And look at this. Look at this beautiful foil. They're not going for entry-level stuff here. This is serious. And it's got a little pen, and let's look at this. Oh, there they are. There they are. Look at these beauties. Look at these things. Now, I happen to know that this faceplate right here, this is crystal, guys. This is not plastic. This is not glass. This is a crystal. This is like a chrome body. Just beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. I like the logo that's etched in here. It's like an Illuminati anagram, isn't it? Kind of like we can turn it upside down, it'll say the same thing. Very cool stuff. I'm super impressed with this just out of the gate. And they're weighty too. These are not lightweight IEMs. These things have some substance to them, and I appreciate that. They don't feel like they're just going to scratch and dent up. These things are righteous. There's a heft to them. Let's see what else is in this box, shall we? Looks like this kind of looks like it stays in place. So I'm guessing that we've got something here. It says storage box, so let's check that out. And okay, all right, well, this is a decent, that's a salute to art and science. I love this. All right, this is magnetic, and here's your cable. Wow, pretty decent cable. It looks like they did a little sparkly thing, like a ribbon of chrome through the cable. This is nothing but cosmetic, but it's a nice touch. I like nice touches like this. This is nice going, Simgot. And even on the Velcro tie, it says, salute to the art and science. Very nice. This is a classier pair of IEMs. All right, let's dig deeper. I'm guessing this is going to be accessories. This is probably going to be your ear tips. Let's see. What is this? It's like a pin? Oh, these are the... Okay, now here's the thing. I did read about this. Okay, so what this is, these are custom ear tips, and you can use these different ear tips on the end of the IEM. These are replaceable, folks. They screw in and out, and they will give you a different sound signature, much like what 64 Audio does with the Apex modules. So I don't know which is which and which will give you more bass, because you know I'm going to go for the bass. But let's start wiring these up. Let's see what else is in here, because there's something else. This is another box. Let's see. This has got to be ear tips, I'm thinking. Okay, you get a little manual. I'm going to look at that in a second and see if it tells you which tip is which. And then you do get your ear tips and a bunch of color-coded little O-rings. I'm wondering if that is to mark the tips with how you want them. Very cool stuff. Very cool. This is a full-featured thing, and I know these are just $219. You're getting all of this stuff. So I'm kind of impressed, even not having heard these yet. I want to look at this manual here and see if there's any help. Talks about the nozzles being screw-in, but it doesn't tell you which nozzles are which, and the rest of this is in Chinese. So we're kind of on our own to decide what we like. But I'm impressed out of the gate by all of the detail and stuff you get at just $219. This is a lot of value already, and we haven't even heard these yet. So I'm going to wire these up, and we'll listen to a couple of tracks on them, and we'll see if any of the other tips make a difference. All right, guys, I got some tips in these things. Let's get these on our head, and let's head into our second sound impression of the day. Let's check it out. All right, I've got these things wired up, and I've got my foam, my Dakoni bullets in here. Dakoni, call me. Let's do a sponsorship deal. I'm going to go to some Cat Stevens off the top. Let's hear to some Teaser and the Fire Cat, and let's look at Wild World. Good clarity off the top. I'm impressed with that. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a dual dynamic driver IEM, so I'm expecting some good things when the bass kicks. A little concerned that there could be some sibilance up top, but there seems to be good clarity. Like the finger, the pick on the strings thing. I'm hearing that very clearly. Pretty good richness on Cat's voice. I'm not getting a lot of body down low. It sounds average. I need to go to something bassy. Let's check out Eagles. Let's go to that Hell Freezes Over, Hotel California. Let's hear how this sounds. I'm impressed with the clarity of this. I think this is really nice. There's a nice bass kick. I'm not getting that physical impact on the bass the way I was earlier. I'm appreciating the clarity, but there's almost too much clarity on this. It's actually bleeding a little bit into sibilant. So I'm going to try to change out the ear tips, and let's see what happens when I put something else on here. So I unscrew and I screw in the next tip. And I'm going with the gold ones next, and we're going to listen to the same track, and I'm going to see if it clears up any of that sibilance issue that I had. And to get this off, you just unscrew it with the tip, you pull your tip out. So these were the red tips, whatever that means, and now I'm going to what appears to be a clear or a white tip, but I don't know what it means. I don't know what, none of this is labeled, so it's going to come down to, what do I hear? This is the gold tip with the white. Let's hear what this sounds like. I'm going to use the same track because it was giving me some clear indications. This seems to be reined in a little bit and boosted in the bass a little bit. Like I'm getting a little more feel from the bass than I was in the other one. These are still bright though to me. I would say the gold is more in my lane so far. Yeah, so far I would say that the gold is better for me. It's giving me a little more bass kick, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try the nickel ones as a last go. I'm going to call this nickel down here, but we'll see what the color is. It's black. So we've got red, white, and black. So we're going to hear what the black does now. God, this is, and I gotta say, this is so fun. What a fun episode today. We're getting to check out a really novel idea in IEMs, how to get some custom tuning on them. And then we had, of course, that amazing Noble prototype demo. This is turning into one of my more favorite shows. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, I've got the tips in. I've got the blacks. We're gonna go to the black tips now, and we're gonna hear what the difference is in the IEM when you put the black nozzles in. We've tried the first one was too bright. The second one was bassy and better, but still a little bit hot up top. Now let's hear what the black tips do. Let's hope that this gives us a totally different sound. That would be ideal, right? Oh, this is darker. Some of the edges taken off of the finger picking. There's still a little bit on the bright-ish side up top. Okay, of all of these, the black tip is clearly my favorite. I think that it tames the top just enough, and it still gives you a robust, it's a darker sound. I think I like that for this headphone. Now, what I want to do real quick is I want to look up the I'm going to go to the internets right now. I'm going to look up the Simgot EA1000, and I want to format. So I found these on Linsole, which is I have an affiliate link with Linsole, and they're under Black Friday sale. I don't know when this is going to come out, so it may not still be there, folks. But DMDC dynamic driver. It's a 2-driver setup. The second one is a 6mm lightweight composite diaphragm. It's not clear whether this is it says PR, that could be planar. Passive radiator, that's what the PR is. Okay, so what this is it's a powered dynamic driver, and then a passive radiator picks up the frequencies and resonates a second wave. Well, that's very interesting. We've seen these in loudspeakers in the home. I don't know that I've seen that before in an IEM, but it's a new tech. What I would say is they're getting impressive clarity for a dynamic driver. I don't hear many dynamic drivers in this lane that do this. Now, the other thing I like is that they do have this tunable feature, and if you are somebody who likes to tweak with tubes or tweak with nozzles, whatever it is you like to tweak with, you're going to have 3 different options for getting different sound signatures out of these things, and that's pretty cool. That's something that the Apex modules do for you for a lot more money at 64 Audio. Now, I will say that I think the 64 Audio IEMs are a little more lush, but for $200 if you wanted something that was a little more on the blingy side. I like the build on these. These are a little Viva Las Vegas. I kind of like it. They're the mirrored sunglasses. Very nifty. And then I like the fact that I can kind of tweak these a little bit and get them more in my lane. And then I should show you the box too, because they are playing, this is a mathematics themed IEM. I don't know exactly why, but you know, some of these manufacturers like to do a little theme IEM, and this is Fermat's theorem, xn plus yn equals zn. That's the Fermat's theorem, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't remember my math that well. Confessions of a resident idiot. But down here, they tell a little story about the math being the foundation of the sciences, and there's a nice little story that comes along with it, and I kind of appreciate the attempt at doing something different. Is it a full sell for me? Well, honestly, at $219, you're getting an awful lot, and it's well made. I mean, I will say this construction is exceptional. This is not plastic, guys. This is a crystal, and they've got a beautiful chrome bodied experience here, and then you've got the tips that come off and go back in to give you some different sound signatures. So if you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary, but you like a bigger bass, or you want something you can play around with the sound on a little bit, yeah, I would say that this is not a bad solution. I would just remind you that at almost the exact same price, you've got the 7 Hertz Timeless sitting out there, also available at Linsole. And I would say make sure you audition those, because those bring a sound that punches way above their price point. These sound good. These sound about what I would expect, but I also appreciate that there's all this extra stuff. And if you like to tweak with your sound, I don't have a problem with somebody going out and buying these and having some fun with them. I do think they're fun. I actually enjoy these. And frankly, I enjoy the heft of these. These feel like substantial IEMs. I'm enjoying them. I also would point out that because Simgot sent these our way and we're going to get to keep them in the Director's Garage, I'm going to be passing them along to you in the next giveaway. How's that sound? So, what'd you think of this episode? We've got amazing prototype technology, XMEMS drivers, brand new, not even on the market, a pre-production model, and we got to demo it and debut it and show it off right here on the Director's Garage. I got to do a shout out to Noble, Dr. John Molton. Thank you, my friend, for sending these our way, and your brother Jim and Kai. The Molton family is just second to none, and I am amazed that I got a chance to check this out and show this off to you guys today. The technology, the circuit boards in all of these places, and the new cabling situation, and it's drawing the power from your device. I'm just blown away. That's part one of this, and then we get a really interesting concept IEM from Simgot in their EA1000 with removable tips to tune your headphone. It's got gorgeous crystal, a nice design, hefty weight, gorgeous cable, nice cable, $219, and you get 3 sets of tips, and a nice package too. So, and they sound good. They sound really good, especially once I found a tip that sort of tamed that sibilance I was hearing up top. And once again, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Simgot for sending the EA1000 our way. All right, next up is a tentpole episode. It features the most money I have ever spent on an amplifier. Yeah, it's going to be a huge episode, and I can't wait to show you what I bought. I'm super excited. Now, I got to get out of here, but again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this episode impressed you as much as it did me. I am truly ecstatic that I got to hear this brand new tech, and in a pre-production version of it. I mean, nobody has seen these before this episode. How cool is that, man? We're growing this channel, guys. We're growing this channel. So like, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you before you know it.